Hey, we're beginning on the Book of Judges. I'm probably going to be at a slower pace loading up the videos since I'm going to a couple camps in the month of July and everything. But I'll be uploading and studying throughout and trying to upload the videos as quick as I can. Judges is a new book for me. I never read it before all the way through. So I probably will struggle more with this book than other books. But we're going to get through it. Amen. Judges is the time period from the death of Joshua to the ministry of Samuel. We're uncertain of the number of years. It's speculated from 300 to 410 years between the death of Joshua and the ministry of Samuel. Some of the reasons we don't know is because we estimate 410 looking at all the years that are listed in the Bible, but some judges ruled and overlapped the time years, and anyway, just for me to you, it's uncertain. Does it really matter too much? You want to use it in your studying, you could do further study on it, I don't know. Doesn't matter too much to me at this time. Maybe later, I don't know. Judges. Israel no longer had a strong government after the death of Joshua. They're spoken of as a theocracy during the period of Judges, when they were under the direct rule of God. You could also see them as a confederacy. I also read it as they're seen as a confederacy, 12 independent tribes. The only unifying force they really had was God, and they weren't unified with Him, so they weren't unified as a nation. You'll see about the civil war that happens. They get caught up in idolatry, and then when they get caught up in idolatry, oppression comes by other nations. And let me get out my notes here. Other nations. Some of the nations that oppressed them was Mesopotamians. They were under their rule for 8 years. You also had the Moabites and the Ammonites. I might have misread that. Could have been Amorites, which they were under them for 18 years. You had the Philistines. You also had the Canaanites, which they were under for 20 years. They had the Midianites, Amalekites, Amalekites, and they were pretty much under them for about 7 years. I'm not sure what the Hebrew name for the Book of Judges is, but the English translation of that Hebrew name is also the word Judges. If you're looking for a purpose of this book, well, the purpose, I give you, purpose really. It gives us history of the nation of Israel going through a tough time where they were falling away from God. And there's a lot to learn about when we fall away from God and start worshiping idols. We see that because of us forsaking God, and because of us turning our face from God, well, we turn our face from the blessings, we turn our face from His favor, and we see ourselves in tough situations in tough valleys where it looks like we cannot get out. And God is just looking for people who will just simply say His name and speak His name and love Him. Jesus said, "Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind, and love thy neighbor as yourself." And there's a good lesson on that. God can't command you to love Him. He simply asks you to love Him. You can't ever really command somebody to love Him. But my point was, God never really asks us to understand Him and know all His ways. He wants us to know Him. But He wants us to know Him by simply us loving Him. And that's how we'll pick up on who God is. But knowing everything about Him simply ain't going to happen, my friend. And you can just forget that, lay that dream long behind. But we can know just a little bit about God, just simple things. And we can find out that we're wading and swimming out in the deep, even though to God it's just the really simplistic stuff. Anyway, so I'll upload videos as soon as possible.